What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today the update has been released, so let's talk about it. I'll give you guys a quick little rundown of what I think about some of these changes and my initial impressions of these characters. Now, granted, I haven't played with these characters much at all. I don't even know solid rotations. I just kind of tinkered with them a little bit in World Boss. Some of them aren't optimally built or even built worth the crap to really give a good judgment on them, so I do kind of remain reserved on some of them. But the first thing I want to mention is this guided quest. This is fantastic. I actually ended up choosing Vision to start working on getting him to tier 3. And I think it's so amazing that Netmarble is allowing everybody to get a free tier 3. Unless you already have the characters. I think this is absolutely amazing. And this character, I wanted the tier 3, but didn't really have enough resources. And now I can actually get this guy to tier 3 by doing the quest, which I think is fantastic for myself and plenty of you out there. I think that it's absolutely amazing. The next thing is the quality of life change with the ISO 8 set bonus. I mean, you hit auto set change, you can click on Power of Angry Hawk, right? And now I can click the click roll 20 times and hope to get Power of Angry Hawk. Now, you got to keep clicking this thing, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, every 20 rolls, but it's only going to stop on Power of Angry Hawk. That is a nice quality of life change. Actually, let's go back on him. And then we have the Uru amplification. Now, this is pretty damn dope, right? You hit amplify, right? You hit the chain amplification. And you can just hit auto repeat, right? And you just start hitting amplify. And it's just going to keep going and going and going and going, right? And you see some of those Urus still staying amplified in the background. And it's just going to keep going and going and going. So you can just set your phone aside, let this thing just go. And you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to sit there and keep watching it, monitoring it, and keep clicking on and clicking on, click on and click on. Which I think is freaking amazing. So I just went ahead to go ahead and stop that, right? But I think that it's absolutely amazing that now we can do that, man. It's so cool that we don't have to sit there and beep, 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 beep over and over and over again. I freaking love it. Let's talk about aesthetics on these new uniforms. So the first one is Bucky. Now, I gotta say, guys, Bucky, he looks a little weird, right? Like his face looks a little... I don't know, like he looked like around on the outside of his mouth. It looks, I don't know, wacky as hell. Like his eyes like dull dark. I don't know, guys. So something doesn't look right about it. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. But it looks a little funky. His arm looks amazing. The rest of the outfit looks awesome. But his face just looks a little strange to me, right? It just looks a little strange. And then we get to Falcon. Now, Falcon looks pretty damn cool. I will say though, his face does look a little bit like he's an older version of Anthony Mackie, but other than that, man, he is hoss as hell. Looks freaking sick, right? I love the glasses and the glare off the glasses. Freaking amazing. Love it. And then we have Baron Zemo, who looks nice, man. I love how he's got the sword in the background, and this is cool. Watch it. Yeah. It's doing it right now as I was speaking, but I'm going to back up a little bit. We're going to click on him again. Now watch this. We'll give him a little second here. And we'll see a little something. I think this is cool. Look at that. Do a little dance. Make a little love. I love it. I love that they did that. That is so awesome that they incorporated the dance. And Zemo. So let's they've done quite a bit for this guy. This is something else they changed. Is they put these little icons here, which is actually nice. Skills that can guard break, you'll know whether skills have ignore iframes or ignore targeting and all that kind of stuff. So that's actually pretty cool. You got the super guard break, which Zemo doesn't have, but interesting. This outfit changed, or this uniform changed his leadership from 50% to 60% increase of all attack, giving the ignore target dodge rate, which is going to be amazing for ABX. That is awesome, right? You're going to get extra 10% attack. You're going to have the ignore target dodge rate for paralyze. And the elephant in the room for Baron Zemo is the fact that he didn't get a tier 3 or an awakened skill. But I'm pretty much predicting that mid-month he's going to get a tier 3 or an awakening. He's going to get something, right? He's going to get some, guys. They're not going to leave him hanging. If they do, missed opportunity from Netmarble. But I'm pretty sure they're going to queue up a little something for him. I don't want to go into too much detail about him. I'll make separate videos about each of these characters. But let's take a look at his skills. I'm going to go ahead and turn the SFX on. There we go. And let's check it out. Okay. All right. Just lots of slashing, right? You know, with characters like this that use swords. It's pretty much a lot of the typical things that you're normally going to see. I'm almost betting like Zemo's probably going to be more of a support than anything. But we'll see. You never know. You never know. I mean, they didn't give him, I mean, any accumulation, right? I mean, he's got 6x immunity, and he's got the penetration. He's got the ignore iframe here. So, I mean, this really does lead you to believe that he's probably going to end up being a PvP guy, especially when he gets an awakening or a tier 3, if he does. Right? That's kind of the thing about him. So, we'll wait and see. You know, his uniform effect, you know, it gives him a 5% increase of all attack. Okay, it's kind of strange that to give him 5%, but I guess 5% is better than nothing, right? Would have preferred something else, to be honest, for him. And then, whoops. And then we have Winter Soldier. Now, I actually did take Winter Soldier for a spin against Null, and I got to tell you guys, I was a little underwhelmed. He didn't feel as strong as I would think he should be. Now, to be fair, his build really wasn't the greatest, right? You know, I got a stage 7 overdrive set, but I am running a rage. I'm actually going to try him with a CTP of energy because he can play with a proc really, really well. As far as the uniform effect in this thing, it does give him the extra chain damage by 15%, and that's another reason why I think a CTP of energy would be really good, because he does do a lot of hits on his skills now, and I think having that extra 30% chain hit damage from the CTP of energy would actually benefit him quite a bit. But they did do quite a bit for him. He still got the all defense down on his tier 3. They didn't change really anything about that as far as I can tell. And they did give him the 10% increase of all attack on his Winter Soldier uniform. Now that thing won't override your ISO A set, so that's actually really good. It's nice that he's got it here. And then so you can actually use this every single time in the rotation. And then the third skill, you know, super guard break, guys. So, you know, what that means is this skill is actually going to be able to guard break characters that have guard break immunity, is the way that I'm reading that. It's going to have to be tested, though. We got some all defense down in the 4th skill, which is actually really great, especially for newer players. It does start off at 2%, but man, he does a lot of hits. He actually fills up that cup really quick for that all defense down. And then the 5th skill gives him an all attack buff. Now, the thing about Winter Soldier, still has a 30% increase of physical attack. The thing about Winter Soldier is the 5th skill can actually be canceled immediately. So you can actually get the 3rd skill, get the damage accumulation, right? And it's damage accumulation based on the damage you deal. So you can actually hit the 3, the 5, slam down, and then go into the 4, right? Which is actually pretty cool. And I really like that Falcon comes in there and gives him a hand, right? That's pretty awesome. I love it when they do those little combo attacks. I like the little whistle in the background. That's pretty nice. But this skill does a lot of hits. It's got a lot of AoE, so maybe really good for story mode. The tier 3 is pretty much the same as what we've always seen before, I believe. But his damage, honestly, in World Boss, it just didn't seem as good as what I think it really should have been. Even with my build, I mean, I do got Urus on him. I don't know. I felt it was underwhelmed, but I do remain reserved. I need to do further testing. I need to figure out a better rotation, maybe change the obelisk, try some other things to see how well Winter Soldiers can be. But so far, I'm not too impressed with them, unfortunately. Then we got Falcon. Now, Falcon, I am impressed with. Falcon is this, boys. I tested him one time in World Boss. That's all I needed. Holy crap. Is he... This uniform is 0 to 0, my friends. 0 to 0. Total justice for this character. At least I think so far. I don't have him at tier 3. I haven't got to test him against Null or Mephisto. But I can tell you this uniform transcends him. It is insanely better than his previous uniforms. I mean, it's massive 0 to hero treatment. And Winter Soldier, by the way, it's a much better uniform than his previous one too. You know, just to be clear. But I don't know, you know, we'll see about it, you know, how well he can do against Null and Mephisto. But Falcon here, man, this 5th skill does an insane amount of damage. This thing is crazy. You know, with the 40% all attack buff, it is nuts, guys. And then he has the dodge rate increased by 60%. I mean, he's got the all defense down. You got the damage proc for 2 attacks, which is awesome. And the beautiful thing about this skill, at least from the little bit of testing I did, is whenever you use it, it actually won't set off your proc on your obelisk. At least it hasn't so far for me, which is pretty amazing, guys. That's actually great that he does that. And I know I'm going to be skipping over quite a few things. This is just a little quick brush over, right? But let's check him out. We'll look at the third skill. And I love the third skill, right? It's just like in the show where he puts the shield, or his wings around him to make a shield. Like when that helicopter was coming down and hitting him. That is freaking amazing. I love it. And that's the counter skill. That is dope. And it won't get guard broken because he actually does get invincibility as well, which is awesome from that skill. The second skill, decent little iframe. The third skill, iframe, so some good survivability right there. The 4, nice. And then the fifth skill. And this thing does insane damage, guys. Insane damage. It is vicious. I like that little close-up they do at the end. That is dope. Let's look at his tier 3. Flying around. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to have to test this to see if you can cancel it and what have you. But really cool looking skill. But I got to tell you guys, like whenever you hit that third skill, you get that damage proc from it, and then you go in that 5. It's insane damage, my friends. It's insane. You see we got the all defense down right there. It is nuts. Falcon really did get the treatment. He is so much better than what he was before. We'll definitely be doing videos about all these guys. And then we get into the little bit of reworks that they did for these characters. So Yelena here, they actually gave her a heal on her first skill. And then they also gave her immunity to all damage for 3 seconds on this skill, which is pretty wild, guys. What that means is she's going to be even better in PvP, especially now that she's going to have an awakened skill. Now, this doesn't really get me too hyped up because I really want her to be for PvE, but we're going to test her in that black uniform. Maybe when we get her awakened, we'll find out. But the fact that they gave her immunity to all damage and the heal is really going to increase her survivability, especially the fact that they did it on her regular skills. And in this uniform, she actually has invisibility. So she's going to be very, very easy to play, even in PvE with this uniform. So it's actually really, really good. Although I think most people are going to use her for PvP in the snow uniform. And then Taskmaster, he actually got 5 seconds of immunity on his third skill, right, which is going to really increase his survivability. And then they gave him damage accumulation on his fifth skill. Now, it's a damage accumulation of increase all attack by 10% for each 1% of damage taken. So it's really good. It's not as good as Luke Cage and Sharon Rogers, but it's still really good. And the cool thing about this skill is whenever you use it, you're actually face tanking, right? So whenever you're facing world boss and they're attacking you, you're going to be taking damage. Therefore, you're going to be dealing more damage, which is massive, guys. I mean, look at him. He's not an eye. He does go into an iframe, but at the very beginning of this skill, he's not, right? So he's going to be taking some damage during that attack, which is actually pretty amazing. So I did test Taskmaster, and this is what I mean earlier when I said that some of these characters aren't really well built, so it's hard for me to gauge my impressions about them. I really need to put different obelisks on. I mean, right now I got a CTP of insight on this guy, so I don't think it's really a good gauge for me to go by as far as giving you guys an opinion on what you should do as far as the uniform or not for Taskmaster, or as far as buying this uniform if you don't already have it. But the fact that they gave him damage accumulation is actually really amazing. Yelena is definitely going to be better for PvP because of that heal and because of that immunity. It's going to give her a lot of extra survivability. I love the quality of life changes with the Uru and the ISO 8 sets. I'm so happy about all that. And really, guys, Falcon really does stand out, man. He is so much better than what he was that it's not even funny. He is crazy strong. I do remain reserved on Zemo and Winter Soldier though right now, because Zemo I do need to build up a little bit better, and Winter Soldier I just want to play with him a little bit more, maybe change his obelisk and see if we can do a little bit better with him. So let me know how you're all feeling about this update. Let me know how you're feeling about the quality of life changes, the guided quest, which is awesome, man. Going to be getting Vision in tier 3, can't wait for that. And let me know what you all think about these new uniforms and the changes to Yelena and Taskmaster. And I do stream on Twitch at Reset. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.